let us get into it right now with Matt Canavan and, of course, with Sam Crosby. Matt, it feels like, well, the data is out there. We have hit the tipping point where Harris is now leading. The assumption is that she is in that position because the key state of Pennsylvania has now started to flip. Now, as somebody who would like to see Trump get up, what would you like to see him do? My suggestion, talk about the damn issues where he's 20 points in front, inflation and immigration. Instead, she's cruising. What do you think?
Look, mate, I haven't changed what I thought last week. I mean, there's a lot of noise, a lot of white noise right now, and people can react on a daily basis to that. But the fundamentals of this race haven't changed. It's going to be decided in those Rust Belt states. And as I said last week, I don't think Kamala Harris, a very left-wing senator from San Francisco, is going to resonate very well in those states. There's so much material. It will eventually hit. I mean, I think the Trump campaign's right not to throw all that out there just yet. There's plenty of time to go. They've got to pick their moment. And the reality is the Kamala campaign have spent an enormous amount of money. I've seen figures of $30, $40 million they've spent on advertising. Very unusual at this stage of the cycle, but obviously they're trying to generate some momentum, and that sort of money is going to do something. But you wonder whether they've really got a bang for their buck if they've just had a couple of points change in the polls for that kind of money being spent.
But also, you know, Sam, it feels like, again, that when you get too deep into the reeds or too, counting the number of grains of sand on the beach, that's where we all are, right? Trying to look for what might happen. Of course, we don't know what next week, next month, I mean, literally where we were a month ago compared to where we'll be in a month, 2 months' time. But what's your sense? Are you surprised that it has gone this way this quickly? Are there things she needs to do to step beyond what she's currently doing?
Look, I'm absolutely surprised it's gone this far this quickly. To Matt's point about the amount of money they're spending now, he's absolutely right. This is unprecedented, but so is dropping in a candidate at this stage with no primary. So she is as yet undefined in the American mind. I know everyone here and probably everyone watching has a very clear view of her. And as shocking as it is to say, I dare say the vast majority of Americans would be unable to name who the vice president is.
But that's why they're trying to keep it in the vibe territory.
Yeah, and exactly. And if you keep it in that vibe, you're all good. I think in the next day or so, she's going to name a vice presidential candidate. That's going to be an important, moment for the campaign. Again, my money's on the senator from Arizona, although I think Josh Shapiro would be really cool. The other one that's getting a really strange amount of traction, considering that Minnesota is not at all a state that the Democrats are in contention.
Literally no one's heard.
Right, is the governor there, Waltz, who's, I'm told, a brilliant governor and would add real heft to that. But I can't figure out why he's in the final three.
Yeah. Well, it's this thing, look, he's good on telly and he's sort of good in supposedly sort of being able to speak Republican and flip some people, but we'll all see. Last one here, a couple of seconds each on it. Matt, the debate about debates. I don't think Trump needs one anymore. I think that he should do town halls. If Kamala Harris wants to turn up and do town halls, that's fine. But basically, turn it into a scenario where it's not this sort of, it's not the adversarial debate scenario where we know what the outcome's going to be judged by the media. It's someone asks you a question, you answer it, and you compare their answers. And I think that the word salad is going to do very poorly in that scenario.
Well, they're always my favourite debates. I love those ones where you get just average questions from average Joes, and I think it reveals a lot about the candidates. So Trump's a very good people person too. I mean, you even saw it that the black journalist thing. I mean, he still had people laughing and agreeing with him. He's the best comedian in the world right now.
Yeah, all right. Sam,
he's got a debater. He can't not debate her. If nothing else, his ego is going to. You're probably right in terms of should he or shouldn't he, but he's going to have to.
But don't you just turn around and you say the debate should be, I'm not doing the journo thing, we can do it with normal voters. I think that's the closest he'll get to one if there's going to be.
Yeah, maybe, but his ego is not going to let him stay out of it.